Long ago, before the Buddha attained enlightenment beneath the Bodhi tree, the Bodhisattva was born many times, each life bringing him closer to perfecting the qualities needed for Buddhahood. Of all these births, the final one as a human being was as Prince Vessantara, who would become the embodiment of perfect generosity, Dana Paramita, the perfection of giving. This is his story, as preserved in the Pali Canon. In the kingdom of Sivi, King Sanjaya ruled with wisdom and compassion. His son, Prince Vessantara, was born with marks of great virtue. From his earliest days, he showed an extraordinary quality, a heart that could not refuse any request. As the prince grew, his generosity became legendary. He gave freely to all who asked, food to the hungry, wealth to the poor, protection to the fearful. It was said that if a beggar came with one bowl, Vessantara would fill it with rice and send him away with the bowl itself. But the prince's most treasured possession was the kingdom's sacred elephant, a magnificent white elephant with rain-bringing powers. Whenever drought threatened, this noble creature would bring clouds and rain to Sivi. One day, ambassadors arrived from the neighboring kingdom of Kalinga, suffering from terrible drought. They had heard of the miraculous elephant and came to request it from Prince Vessantara. Without hesitation, without consulting his father, the prince gave away the precious elephant, saying, "Let the people of Kalinga find relief from their suffering." But the people of Sivi were not pleased. They feared drought would come to their own land. They went to King Sanjaya and demanded, "The prince has given away our protection. He values others above his own people. He must be banished." The king's heart broke, but the voices of the people were strong. With tears, he called his son and said, "You must go to the forest, to Mount Vanka. Take your wife and children and live there in exile." Vessantara accepted his exile with perfect equanimity, but before leaving, he performed what would be called the Great Giving, Sataha Mahadana, the 7-day Great Donation. For 7 days, he gave away everything: 700 elephants, 700 horses, 700 chariots, 700 servants, and countless riches. Nothing was held back. His generosity flowed like an endless river. His wife, Princess Mati, asked to accompany him. "Where you go, I will go," she said. "In palace or forest, I wish only to serve you." Their 2 children, young Yali and little Kanajina, would also journey with them. The prince agreed, though he knew the forest would be harsh. As they departed, even the chariot and horses were requested by Brahmins along the road. Vessantara gave them away. The family walked the final distance to the forest on foot. Deep in the forest of Mount Vanka, the family built a simple hermitage. They lived on fruits and roots. Princess Mati would gather food while Vessantara meditated and cared for the children. The prince's heart remained unchanged. "If anyone comes requesting anything," he thought, "I shall give it, even if it be my own flesh." In heaven, Sakka, king of the gods, observed the Bodhisattva's perfection and decided to test whether this generosity had any limits. One day, when Mati was away gathering food, an aged Brahmin named Jujaka approached the hermitage. He was sent by the gods to test Vessantara's resolve. "Noble prince," the Brahmin said, "I am old and my wife is young and difficult. She demands servants to help with the household work. I have heard of your generosity. Will you give me your 2 children to be my servants?" The prince's heart trembled. To give away one's own children, this was the hardest test. Yet his perfection of generosity was absolute. "I give them to you," Vessantara said, his voice steady. "May this gift bring me closer to supreme enlightenment, so that one day I may free all beings from suffering." Young Yali and Kanhajino wept as the Brahmin led them away. The prince's eyes filled with tears, but his resolve did not waver. This was the perfection he had cultivated through countless lifetimes. When Mati returned and learned what had happened, she fell to the ground in anguish. But she too understood the path of perfection her husband walked. She accepted this terrible sacrifice with the strength of her own virtue. The very next day, another Brahmin appeared. This time it was Sakka himself in disguise. "Prince Vessantara," the god said, "you have given away your children. Now I request your wife, the Princess Mati." Without hesitation, the prince performed the ritual of giving, pouring water over the Brahmin's hands, symbolizing the gift of his beloved wife. At that moment, Sakka revealed his true form, radiant with divine light. "Great being," Sakka declared, "you have perfected the virtue of giving beyond all measure. I return your wife to you, and know this: your children are safe. The old Brahmin has taken them to your father's kingdom, where they have been recognized and ransomed." Soon, messengers arrived from King Sanjaya. The people of Sivi, learning of Vessantara's sacrifices and understanding the depth of his virtue, begged for his return. The royal family was reunited and returned to the kingdom in great celebration. Vessantara's father restored him as heir to the throne. Prince Vessantara ruled with wisdom and boundless generosity, continuing to give to all who asked, bringing prosperity and happiness to all beings in his kingdom. In this life, the Bodhisattva perfected the virtue of giving, completing the final human preparation for the birth in which he would attain supreme enlightenment as the Buddha. The Vessantara Jataka teaches us the perfection of Dana Paramita, the virtue of generosity practiced to its ultimate degree. The lessons of this sacred tale: true generosity knows no limits and makes no calculations. It gives without expectation of reward, from a heart of pure compassion. The perfection of giving requires us to release all attachments, even to the most precious and beloved. This is not cruelty, but the recognition that clinging is the root of suffering. Generosity is not merely material giving, but the giving of fearlessness, of loving kindness, of wisdom itself. It is the foundation of all spiritual progress. Though Vessantara's acts seem extreme, they show us the direction of practice to gradually loosen our grip on possessions, status, and even our cherished ideas of mine and I. The Buddha cultivated this perfection through countless lives so that when he attained enlightenment, he could give the greatest gift of all, the Dharma, the path to the end of suffering, freely offered to all beings without distinction. May all beings develop generosity. May all beings be free from attachment. May all beings attain the peace of Nibbana.